is number 1. Of course, it's the first number. And in Italian, number 1 is numero uno, like a game. I think we all played Uno game. And in Russian, number 1 is один. So in Italian is uno, 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 uno. I'm sorry, the water is flashing. It's just something is washing in my bathroom. It's not that someone is flashing the water. So number 1, it's uno, 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 uno. It's easy. We all know the game. In Russian is один, 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 один. We pronounce it with an A, D, I, N. Один, один. So, if you were born on the 1st, or on the 28th, or on the 10th, because all of these numbers make number 1, and how we calculate it, I'm going to explain you right now. You take your day of birth. So if you were born on, for example, 10th, your date of birth is 10, and you sum it up till you have one single number. So it's number 1. If you were born on 23rd, you sum up 2 and 3 and you get a 5. And like this with every other number. So 13 is a 4, 28 is a 10, and it's a 1. So what is number 1? I'm going to be looking here because I have it written. And you can hear I have a notebook here, which sounds nice. And today we're not going to really speak about the number itself, but what are the best qualities of this number. And if you happen to be number 1, numero uno, or один, you can try and listen to these advices. And also these advices will help you if you have some blocks. So it's very good for number 1, numero uno, too. Sometimes be alone. Yes, you like to be alone sometimes, and you need to. Really alone, not with your partner or your sister, but alone, at least for a day or 2. So if you like to go somewhere alone, it's very helpful for you, and it can give you a lot of energy. Also, it's very good for you to let go and to delegate. If you are controlling everything, it can be hard for you. So you need to start to let go and to treat people like they can actually do something without your help. Trust the world and the people. This is the biggest advice for number 1. What is bad for you is to control everything and do not trust the world. And also, you need to just stop controlling people. Otherwise, you will tend to have people that will need control in your life. People who are like children. So, I think if you're number 1, you understand what I mean. Also, it's good for you to always say yes. Number 1 is someone who needs to do a lot of things. So if someone is asking you to do something, it's better you say yes. Also, it's good for you to be a CEO of a company and to start your own business, or at least a little craft, but somewhere where you are number 1. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Number 2. In Italian, number 2 is due. It's just 3 letters. Due. And in Russian, it's quite similar. Два. You might be wondering where is it similar, but somehow due and два sound similar. So if you happen to be number 2 and you were born on 2nd or 11th of the month, I think these are the 2 numbers of the month that sum up number 2. Is that you are someone that needs and have a lot of energy. You're very good into listening and talking, and your power is your voice. It's very good for you to go and study your voice start thinking, singing, start talking. It's a very good quality as number 2 can do and have. Also, it's important to control what number 2 is saying, as the words have the power, and numbers 2 are very strong when they speak. Also, numbers 2, it's better to always say the truth, because once you start not saying the truth or lying, if it's not a lie in a savior, as we say, it's always going to be a little bit damaging for number 2s. Also, number 2s need to forgive people, and if you hold some memories or bad things or bad thoughts about someone, release them and just let them go. It's going to be helpful for you. And also, number 2 is very great in walking with women. So if you happen to be number 2 and you're walking with women, write a comment, because I'm pretty sure you're doing great. And let's go on to number 3. And in Russian, number 3 is три. 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 And in Italian, it's very similar, and it's tre. 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 So, what is very good for number 3 is, and you happen to be born on 3rd, on 30, and on 3rd, on 30, and I guess that's it. That's the number 3. What else can make a sum of number 3? That's it. So yeah, it's very good for you to be working with children, women, and in beauty industry. Numbers 3 are natural born actors, and numbers 3 are very good in blogging, vlogging. If you're doing something like that, it definitely brings you a lot of quite good things. Also, it's a very creative number, so numbers 3 are creative people, and it's good for them to be creative and sometimes create something. It's bad for numbers 3 to be dependent on someone financially. So if you are depending on someone, it's really good for you to start looking in a direction to try and to get out of that dependency. It's going to be very helpful to number 3. And also, number 3s need to have a balance between family and business, because sometimes they tend to do or one thing or another, and they really need to find balance. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Number 4, if you were born on 4th, on 22, and I think that's it. You can count yourself. So, it's not really good for number 4. Okay, let's start and translate it first. Number 4 in Italian is quattro, 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 quattro. And in Russian is четыре, 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 четыре. Okay, let's go on with the meaning. So, what is not good for number 4 is not doing sports. It's very important that number 4 stay active, and actually a good amount of sport in their lives, about 2-3 times a week, can give a huge progress in everything, especially in financial parts. Also, number 4 need to trust male more. Like if you're a woman born number 4, you need to trust men. And if you're a man born number 4, you need to start to trust women. Also, number 4 means that you have more masculine energy. If you are a feminine person, if you are a woman, but you are born on number 4th, you tend to be a little bit more masculine than feminine, which is a nice point of strength. Also, it's good for number 4th to go in something spiritual and to learn some spiritual activities. Also, it's good to have a good relationship with the father figure. Number 4 is very important to start having a good relationship with father figures. A good number 4 is the one who provides for the family, and it's very nice if you are a man and a number 4 and if you provide to your family. It's a good thing for you to do. But it's important to stop chasing money and just try and to be more relaxed into that. And yes, the most important thing for numbers 4 is to stay active. Okay guys, let's go on number 5. And number 5 in Russian is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And in Italian is 5, 5, 5, 5. And number 5, it's a spiritual teacher. They're really good with numbers, so they tend to like numerology. 5s really do a lot of things at once, and it's better for them to concentrate on one thing and to have results in that thing and then move on to another thing. And they need to have a nice time management, because they tend to lose the time management side of their lives. It's important for number 5s because they like to learn to give something to back to people. So if you learn something, it's good for you that you teach it back to someone. You can do it immediately. Like now, if you happen to be number 5 and you're listening to this, you can pass this information and it's going to be very good for you. Something that is not good for number 5 is to be over other people, to feel themselves a little bit on the top of the world. Stay humble is very, very good for number 5. It's good to learn new things. Number 5s are very, very good learners. Good for number 5s to finish what they started to do, because number 5s tend to do something and they don't finish and go on something else. If you will try and finish something, you will see how much result you will get after that. Okay, let's go to number 6. And in Russian, number 6 is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And in Italian is sei, 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 sei. Okay, what is great for number 6 is to love themselves, and also a great sexual energy is hidden there. So if you happen to be a little bit sexually blocked, it's good for you to reveal that sexual energy. Being sexy, being beautiful, it's all about number 6. And if you start approaching your life like that, you will see how you will inspire and attract so much goodness in your life. Number 6 needs to also find balance in love life and financial life, business life, because they tend to sacrifice one for another, and it's good for them to be in a balance. For number 6, it's important to have great relationship with love partners. This thing will bring them a lot of great opportunities in life. Better your relationships are, better your life is. For number 6, it's very important. Number 6s tend to create families, and it's very good for them. And also, number 6 can monetize with love. They can do something that are love oriented, and it's going to be very good for their career. For example, you can create a dating app. It's going to be the best thing for number 6. Important to love their bodies. Number 6 tend to not love their bodies, and it's very important to stop appreciate your body. Number 6, your body is the only thing you have, and it's always working for you, and it does not have days off, so love it. Okay, let's go on. Number 7, and in Russian number 7 is 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I think you hear this white noise of the water flushing, but I think it's going to be nice. Write in the comment if you think this noise is not good for a nice spa video. Okay, number 7 in Russian is 7, 7, 7, 7, and in Italian is 7, 7, 7, 7. And numbers 7 are very strong personality people, like warriors. They're very, very war oriented, not in a bad way. They try and tend to be a little bit harsh sometimes, but also they're very strong energetically. And it's very important for number 7 is always to be in the movement and never stop. It's important sometimes to move and change countries, and number 7 will feel more alive if they are in the movement. Number 7 need to expand, and they want to expand, and it's actually a good thing for them. It's their, let's say, mission in life to expand. Also, number 7s do not need to neglect the spiritual side of the world. Sometimes they tend not to look in that direction, but it's very healthy for them to go and to look a little bit on the spiritual side of the world. And it's about skepticism. Skepticism. It's not really good for numbers 7. And if you happen to be born on 7th or 16, you are number 7. They have a lot of energy, so they tend to move a lot, and they need to move a lot. Change countries, go visit countries, travel. This is all number 7. It's going to be very beneficial for you. Okay, let's move on to number 8. And in Russian, number 8 is 8, 8, 8, 8. And in Italian is 8, 8, 8, 8. And if you happen to be born on 8th or 26, you are number 8. So, for number 8, it's not good to lie to other people, so it's important to be honest. It's important to these people to have everything well sorted in tax area or law area, to do everything in a proper way. It's not really good for numbers 8 to give them money or to lend them money to someone. And it's important to be honest in business or in everything they do. Also, number 8 tend to save a lot of people and have a lot of people depending on them, and it's important to think about themselves first. You will always have someone that is wanting your help, but you need to find your own balance and find your own barriers. And also, numbers 8 tend to judge a lot of things, and they tend to judge the life itself, and it's good for numbers 8 to trust God and not to judge anyone or system, whatever you want to call it. Just be more trustful and do not judge the system. Very good for numbers 8 to have their own businesses. Okay, let's go to our last number, and it's number 9. And number 9 in Italian is 9. 9, 9, 9. And in Russian it's 9. 9. So if you happen to be born on 27th or 9th, or that's it, I think it's bad for number 9s to be alone. It's good for them to show themselves. And also, number 9s tend to do everything in the last moment, and they always study, and they don't think that they're good enough. But it's important for number 9 to show themselves, to understand that they're already good enough. Number 9s tend to study so long, so much, and still don't believe in themselves. It's important for you to go there and to show your skills. Also, number 9 can have a really nice price for their activities. So if you happen to be a consultant, you can raise your payment check. Very good for number 9s to do some meditation, esoterical practices like yoga or kundalini yoga or breathing techniques. Is going to be very, very good for number 9. Also, number 9s, bad if they neglect the spiritual side of the world. And also when they tend to just later things say later, later. Number 9, it's very important you do things now. The time is 9. The time is now. Number 9. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and you can count your number, your friend's number, your sister, your brother, and send this video to them. It's going to be helpful, and I hope you really enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Пока-пока. Ciao, ciao, ciao.